Hello friends, this is Dell Inspiron N5010 laptop having the graphic card issue, and I will use the process of GPU reflow to fix it up. You can see the scrambled display. Just turn off the laptop and open up the battery and start the process for power drain. You need to press the power button for 15 to 20 seconds. It will drain all the power or the static charges stored in the components. I am using a Phillips head screwdriver and the flathead screwdriver to open up the screws in the laptop. Just open up the screws of the laptop as shown in video. Turn the laptop. Now we will take out the keyboard. Switch to flathead screwdriver. There are 4 clips hidden above the F1 key. Just press it and pull out the keyboard very gently. Just take the help from a screwdriver, and that's the F7 key. Just press the clip, and that's the mouse sensor key, and the last one is home key. Just press the clip and pull up the keyboard. Check out the data cable. Disconnect it from the motherboard. Now detach the cable. That's the cable for mouse touchpad, and that's for the power, and this is the LED indicator cable. Detach all the cable. Now again switch to Phillips head screwdriver and open up all the screws as shown in the video. And now take out the upper case. I am using my nails to open it. Just take help from the large circle, that large hole, to lift up the upper case and keep it apart. That's the cable for SD card reader. Just detach it from the motherboard, and that's the cable for speakers. That's the VGA cable going to the LCD panel, and that's the cable for the VGA port and the USB port. Just lift the hard drive and pull it towards left very gently. It's the Hitachi hard disk drive. Unscrew the 2 screws over there, which is connecting the 2 boards, the motherboard and the power panel board. And this is the Bluetooth module. This is the module. Just press the lower board and lift up the motherboard. That's the clip. Just pull it towards left a little and lift up the motherboard. Now put the chassis apart and disconnect the power cable for the fan. Now unscrew the heatsink from the motherboard. That's for the graphic card, and this is the sequence of the CPU the processor heatsink. Just follow the sequence to open up the screws. Now lift up the heatsink and you can see the thermal grease on each pad, the graphic card pad and the processor pad. We will clean that after cleaning the graphic card on the motherboard. Take a piece of cloth to clean this thermal paste on the graphic card and the processor, and rub it very gently because lots of components are on the graphic card and that may get damaged. Do it very carefully. Now after this we will use a soft brush to clean it up. Here I am using the spare toothbrush. I didn't have the brush right now. So you can see the shiny metallic surface appears. It seems that it is cleaned. Now clean the brush with cloth. Generally these cleaning process are done with the alcohol. And I didn't have the alcohol right now. Mainly the alcohols are needed for the thermal paste which are in dry state. Right now these thermal paste are in semi-solid form because I am opening this laptop for second time. Now clean the heatsink. You can see the thermal grease is on the heatsink. Just clean it up with a piece of cloth on both the platform. Clean it with the brush. Now we will clean up the exhaust fan. Just open up 4 screws on the exhaust fan and remove the panel. There is not much dust inside the vent. Now I will take out the fan. Just clean up the fan very gently. These fan blades are very brittle, so if you apply much force on the blade it may get damaged. Now clean the chassis. You can see the dust around the coil. Clean it, try not to touch the coil. This is brushless DC motor. And now insert the fan. Okay, now it get inserted. You can see it is spinning around properly without any friction. Just clean up the metallic part with the help of cloth. Now put the chassis on the heatsink. Screw up all the screws. So you can see blowing from the vent spins the fan. Now take out the RAM. Before starting the reflow process, I have marked the RAM as A and B so that I didn't swap it while I am putting it again on the motherboard, because swapping of RAM may create some problem during the startup, during the power of the system. So these are the RAMs, each having 2 GB of capacity. Put it apart. And this is the hot air gun, hot air blower. It is having the efficiency of blowing the hot air of 250 degrees Celsius. It is of Jackley brand, and this is the timer. Switch it to timer mode, and we will use this timer. So I am setting it to 4 minutes 40 seconds. Means I will blow the hot air gun on the graphic card for 4 minutes 40 seconds on 250 degrees Celsius. And this is the liquid flux which I am going to flood under the graphic card. Just shake it well and open the airtight seal and suck it with the help of syringe. Don't forget to close it. Now tilt the motherboard to one side, and from the upper side flood the flux under the graphic card. And after some time you will see the flux will come out from the opposite side of the graphic card. I will repeat the same process on the other side, and be careful so that don't put the flux on the graphic card. It may desolder the component on the graphic card. And now you can see the flux is coming out from the opposite side. So now it is totally flooded. Just shake it gently, tilt it in all 4 directions so that each and every pad of the graphic card is flooded with the flux, and absorb the extra flux with the help of tissue. So now I am using the heat gun. I will use the second level. Preheat the heat gun and check the air coming out from the heat gun is heated or not. The timer is set. Just click on start. Now start the process of reflowing. Just try to keep the heat gun as stable as possible over the graphic card, near about 5 to 6 centimeter above the graphic card. You have seen the flux has been evaporated. The use of flux is to deoxidize the metallic pad and the soldering metal so that it get easily melted down and stuck to the components and the pad. You can see the red hot coil which is reflecting on the shining surface of the graphic card. You need to do this process for the time what you have set in the timer. More 1 minute 47 seconds has been left. So 1 minute is now remaining. "35 seconds more to go." So now the countdown begins. 2, 1. Yeah, that's the alarm. So switch off the hot air gun. Stop the alarm. In this step you need to be very sincere. Don't do it by yourself. Just I am giving a little bit pressure on the graphic card from the flat end of the screwdriver. It is very risky process. If you will give a high pressure on graphic card, it may bridge the connection under the graphic card because the metal, the soldering metal is in molted form right now. It's may bridge the connection, so you need to be expert in this step. Now let it be cool down for 4 to 5 minutes. It will cool down very rapidly. After some time you need to check that graphic card is completely cooled down or not. Just touch it gently with your finger and if it is cooled down properly, then you need to clean it once again. I am using here the spare toothbrush to clean it out and just rub it gently on the graphic card because there are lots of small components on the graphic card that may damage. And there is some flux on the PCB. I am cleaning it with the tissue, but don't rub tissue on the small components and do this process very gently. So it is clean now, and so that's the graphic card. It's ATI Radeon graphic card, and its model number is 1048. So now I will use the thermal grease. Its number is HY410. So I am using another syringe to take out the thermal grease. Just syringe are good for putting any flux or thermal grease on the components like graphic card or the processor. Just clean the nozzle. Now close it and keep it apart. Now time to put the thermal paste on the graphic card signing part. You need to do the same thing as in video. Don't put too much thermal grease on it. Now I am using a cut piece of hard plastic to spread the thermal grease on both graphic card and the processor. You need to spread thermal grease very gently on it, only on the signing surface. I am just making my video fast forward. Don't think that I am vibrating my hands. Now place the heatsink in one shot. Now fix up the screws according to the sequence. This is the first one, and then the second, that's the third. Now the graphic card side. Now fix up the fan power cable. Now place the motherboard, check out the cables, and place the motherboard very carefully, very gently. And that's the two cable. Now press it, press there once to connect the power board and the motherboard together. Now screw the section where it is making connection. That's the second screw. Now fix up the VGA cable, display cable. Now the other cable. Now fix up the Bluetooth module to the motherboard. Just press it gently. the speaker cable, and the last one is the SD card reader cable. Now place the hard drive, just push it gently towards right. After coming towards right, it will automatically go down and fix automatically. Now fix the upper case. Fix the screws on the upper case. Now fix the power cable. Just insert it into the port and press the clip down. Same thing with the LED indicator cable. And the last one is the touchpad cable. Now fix the motherboard. Just insert the cable and press the clip. Okay. Now press the keyboard as shown in video. Now turn the laptop. Okay. Now fix up all the screws. Now fix up the RAM that I have marked it as B and A. That's the A part and this is B part. That's the hard drive screws. Just fix it up. Now place the RAM cover. That's the last one. Now place the battery and we will test the laptop now. So I'm making it 3x faster. You can see the laptop is working fine now. No problem is there. And it's just start up smoothly. Now we'll check the device driver, as the graphic card is working fine or not. Okay, that's the graphic card. Just give a right click on it and see the property, is it working fine or not. So this device is working properly. You can see. Check out the driver, everything is fine. Thanks for watching video. Don't forget to subscribe and like the video.